Manosphere influencers who boosted Trump are now cooling on him.
You see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for.
I've been here before there was sort of this resurgence of right wing with young men, and I'll be here after. Popularity, it comes in waves, right? It'll wane. That doesn't change the principles and doesn't change your vision for our country. And that's what I find disturbing about this. If you've been paying attention during this election, well, since the election, I don't know what's going on. I'll just tell you this. I don't understand why people now are saying, like, oh, this isn't what I voted for. What?
No.
I mean, this is exactly what I voted for.
I get it. They have no spines.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but there's a few things where I'm like, I didn't expect it to go this way.
Yeah.
But the compromise is I get what I want.
Yeah.
It's very efficient.
Yeah.
Some of the things aren't being done the way I would like them to, but this is what I wanted.
There's a narrative out there right now where people are saying, you know what, I was all in on Trump. And also, let's just be clear. Let's also apply these timelines. Donald Trump, very popular. Liberalism, losing ground consistently in social media, in the media sphere, especially with young voters, right? So during this period of time, people going, yeah, MAGA, baby, it's fun. Let's troll the libs. And now that he's in office and doing exactly what I voted for, what I actually championed, a lot of these people are going, we need to be adversarial. And no, I don't know what he's doing. This isn't cool with me. I don't understand it. You comment below. Are you surprised, or do you feel like you've been gypped by this administration? Again, none is perfect. It's been probably the most effective administration, maybe less than the first Trump administration, but certainly among the most effective administrations in my lifetime. But that has not stopped some people who claim to be amongst you from turning on him.
The Trump administration, if they're running and they said, we're going to go to Home Depot and we're going to arrest all the people at Home Depot, we're going to go to construction sites and we're going to just like tackle people at constructions, I don't think anybody would have signed up for that.
Now that I look back at it, it's like, damn, like so many people just tie me to it. And now it's just like, like no matter what, they don't even get to know who I am. Because they don't like even want to. Oh, you did this shit with Trump.
You see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for.
Wrong.
One of the things is
I voted
felt
for all
like
of
it was
this.
supposed to be America first. Like we're focusing on like, what are we doing to get things back into America, right?
Exactly.
To like increase like the purpose of being an American, to refill like our hearts with blood and like
Come again?
and make us feel something again here and make us be excited about being an American.
They said, we're going to get rid of the criminals and the gang members first, right? And now we're seeing like Home Depots get raided. Like that's crazy.
And I really, really understand
Criminals don't go there.
Other people's side. And as I'm getting older, I'm just like seeing like, I just don't think I'll ever care enough again.
I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that, which I kind of like.
And I felt like that was what a lot of the energy was for. And then now that we're caught up here and it feels like we are just working for Israel, I think to a lot of people, it's, I don't know, you just really start to feel very disillusioned pretty quickly.
Just really quickly, too, that note on Israel, I don't think we've ever seen a president be more, quote unquote, disrespectful to Netanyahu than Donald Trump.
Yes.
Ever. He's insulted him. He's literally insulted him for being petulant, for being kind of bitchy, for being negative. You may not like that Donald Trump supports Israel in the conflict, you know, as it relates to Israel, Hamas. You may not like that, but as far as actually dealing with Netanyahu and saying, hey, we have to get a peace deal done, Barack Obama, Joe Biden were more respectful of the Israeli government than Donald Trump. He's spoken with them just as frankly as he does with Democrats here.
Yeah.
So this also, you know, comes on the heels of yesterday. A Rolling Stone article highlighted this. They call it a phenomenon where they titled it "Manosphere influencers who boosted Trump are now cooling on him."
Oh boy.
Okay, all right. Sunday, NBC News wrote, "Pod man out. Trump's support among influential podcasters is waning."
Bro, deadass.
And yeah, you just saw that even, you know, a lot of people have, everyone has a podcast now. That's the issue. Even Darth Vader turned on Trump, as seen in his podcast, Call Me Your Father yesterday.
I find President Trump's actions disturbing.
Look, and I will tell you this.
Too many podcasts.
Yeah, there's too many podcasts. I've been here before there was sort of this resurgence of right wing with young men, and I'll be here after. Popularity, it comes in waves, right? It'll wane. That doesn't change the principles and doesn't change your vision for our country. And that's what I find disturbing about this.
Yeah, but look, you should not really be surprised about this. Like these people don't really have much of a spine, and we've kind of seen this coming for a little while.
Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
I'm gonna hit the next pitch ball right past the flag.
We're gonna win the game, I guarantee.
You know what really bothers me too? The Johnny-come-latelys, the comedians now, who are like, oh yeah, Trump. It's like, really? Because I remember when I was in a comedy club and you acted like anyone who said, yeah, I don't think same-sex marriage should be a thing, was a fascist. When I tried to explain back then, I don't think you know. You're just saying that men and women are interchangeable. This is going to be a gender-bending, slippery slope. And they're like, fascist, dumb, conservative, dumb, Christian. Now all of a sudden they embrace it because the leftists came for them. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? All right, let's go to the next one.
All right.
I know you were never that way. That's also why I appreciate you. But so many people now are like, yeah, I'm pro-freedom. Really? Where were you in 2005? 2009? 2014? Huh? Oh, mocking people like us. But now you get it. Now you get it.
Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
I'm gonna hit the next pitch ball right past the flag.
We're gonna win the game, I guarantee.
And I think you guys are grown up enough. I know you well enough, the person watching or listening right now, that you're not going to be led astray by someone who's popular in the moment and agrees with you and then disagrees with you. You're not going to let them veer you off course. And not everyone feels this way, by the way. Osmond Gold, who has not held himself out as any type of conservative bro or anything like that, he posted something pretty damn sensible last night. He wrote, aside from the Epstein stuff, Trump is doing exactly what he said he would do. Maybe there's too many crying Karens on social media, so they're afraid of the optics, but this seems so dishonest. It won't work either. The bridge is burned, and those people will always hate them. Yeah, I think that's pretty well said.
Yeah.
I don't know about Andrew Schultz and Theo Von and these people. I don't know how you can say, I'm surprised that Donald Trump is deporting people. I don't know how you could possibly be surprised by that. Also, Donald Trump is probably the Republican who, in recent memory, the Republican who placed the least emphasis on just downsizing government.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because every Republican has promised it and never really done it. So his platform was, we're going to trim waste, but we're going to make this huge government at least work for its people, because it's almost impossible to truly downsize government.
Yeah.
And I'm more fiscally conservative than President Trump. That's true. But I knew what I voted for. I didn't think that I was voting for a Rand Paul type candidate.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like when Elon Musk purchased Twitter and made it into X and then started talking about free speech, we're like, he has no idea. He hasn't been steeped in this. He's brand new to the cause. So many of these people are in the same boat right now. They're brand new to the cause, and they have no idea that when you say, I am for deporting illegals and making sure that we don't have tens of millions of people here illegally, that means it's going to be messy. It means it's going to tug at your heartstrings when you see footage and you see the media spin up narratives. They had no idea that it meant doing hard things. And they're like, whoa, that's actually hard and people don't like that. Yeah, of course. Nobody likes to be told that they have to leave the country they're in illegally. Of course. And of course the Democrats want to run a campaign against the Republicans and make it look like something it isn't. Of course. Where have you been this entire time? We're not trying to be mean. We're just trying to do what is right for the American citizens.
Right.
And you guys are running for cover because you have no spines at all. At all.
Also because he's doing the bidding of the Jews, I guess. Hey, do you have a stinger for then and now?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's actually contrast this during his campaign and today. Again, all references available. Link in the description. Let's hit a then and now. Okay, so these people feel they didn't get what they voted for, assuming they voted. Let's go to Donald Trump. Then, on immigration, he wanted... Switch it. There you go. All right. There you go. Did all of you get food poisoning?
I was looking down.
Yes.
Just avoid the...
I have no buttons.
This is President Trump. Then, on immigration, massive deportations.
We will seal the border. We will stop the invasion immediately. We will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our country because we have no choice.
Okay, so if he didn't do that, I'd be upset because it wouldn't be what I voted for.
Right.
Let's go to Donald Trump now with large-scale deportations.
Oh, come on.
I've been clear from day one. I mean, sanctuary cities especially, a lot of the non-criminals are being arrested in sanctuary cities. Because when we're out looking for the criminal because they chose to release them in the community, we got to go to the community and find them. And when we find them, if we find them, many times they're with others that are in the United States illegally, but not a criminal target. Well, they're coming too.
It's like a BOGO.
Led 300 federal officials to that apartment complex. Some even rappelled down from Blackhawks onto the rooftop in order to help secure that perimeter.
Federal agents raided a strip club in the city. The bust happened at Chicas Bonitas Cabaret. It's off of Mary Hines. ICE agents say they arrested 41 non-citizens, most of them club employees, on immigration violations.
Not very bonita.
Garcia has said he doesn't want to go back home to El Salvador. That's what he said. So we're honoring that request by providing him with an alternate place to live. We're not a travel booking agency. It's not our job to say to illegal alien terrorists, pick your favorite destination in the world and we'll send you a charter jet there.
We're getting back to what Paul says. ICE agents are going to arrest people being in the country illegally. We still focus on public safety threats and national security threats. But if we find an illegal alien in the process of doing that, they're going to be arrested too.
By the way, is there anything more powerless seeming than a handcuffed hand giving the middle finger?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you really told me.
Okay.
Yeah. Putting it to
your hand's cuffed and you're going to El Salvador. So
let me just highlight the point that Holman made. He said, listen, if sanctuary cities didn't release these people back out into the public, we wouldn't have to go to Home Depot.
Yeah.
He said in the community,
because you did,
which is a great choice of words.
Yes, they put them right back out in the community. I believe the Los Angeles area is where they were doing the Home Depot stuff in California, a sanctuary state.
By the way, 2 million illegals have been removed from the United States. That's either through the deportation orders or self-deportation, or as we refer to it, a happy side effect.
Yes.
I love that. I love the self-deportation.
I do too.
So do I.
Here's a few dollars.
Yeah.
Get out. Thank you very much.
Not
have to tackle anybody.
2 million? That's a good start because 12 to 20 million came here illegally just in the years under Biden. 12 to 20 million. 2 million is a good start. Let's pump up those numbers. Let's go back to, since it's not what you voted for, Donald Trump then on crime. Right? And this is one thing that's really important because I was doing this, changed my mind. People saying, well, you have to acknowledge the rhetoric of Donald Trump. That's the reason for all this unrest. No. Donald Trump was elected the first time on Law and Order. Do you remember that? Remember that escalator ride? People were furious because he said they're not sending their best and their brightest. He was talking about MS-13. He was talking about gang members. You remember Donald Trump was elected. After that escalator ride, he delivered a speech discussing Law and Order because we'd already had Mike Brown. We'd already had Trayvon Martin. Hands up, don't shoot. We already had the Black Lives Matter riots starting. We'd already had, by the way, the assassination of Dallas police officers. Americans were getting tired of the lawlessness from the left, and that started under Barack Obama. You know, the great uniter. So this is Donald Trump then on crime.
Mothers will no longer be losing their children because of weak liberal policies and politicians that have given up on securing a crime-free America. We want a crime-free America. We're going to stop violent crime in the United States.
Okay, so if he turned out to be very soft on crime, that wouldn't be what you voted for. I'd be furious. But that brings us to President Trump now taking every action humanly possible to stop the violent crime waves in leftist cities.
This is an executive order that contains a number of additional measures relating to crime and law enforcement in Washington, D.C.
One day after President Trump announced his plan, National Guard troops were deployed to D.C. streets Tuesday night.
President Trump is basically saying mission accomplished and signaling that his takeover of law enforcement in D.C. will soon spread to other cities. An executive order signed today directs the Pentagon to create specialized guard units in every state to deal with, quote, public order issues.
President Donald Trump has ordered 2,000 National Guard troops to disperse protesters who are rioting on the streets of Los Angeles.
Trump must go now. ICE must go now. Portland is unbelievable what's going on in Portland. The destruction of the city.
Night after night, this is the scene just outside the ICE facility in Portland. Hundreds of residents live in apartments just feet away. They routinely call police about the noise and crime.
We're going to do that in Chicago. We're going to do that in Portland. Now, Portland's different. That's a bunch of paid insurrectionists. But you have a lot of paid people in Chicago, too. There's no city in the world like that. We're going to straighten it out.
Yep. That's what I voted for.
It sounds tough on crime to me.
He actually sent the National Guard to, now we have a tally, D.C., L.A., Memphis, Portland, and Chicago. A good start. Let's go back to President Trump then on wars, right? He talked about ending, and this is something that's not new with President Trump. You guys, the only thing that we know about Donald Trump for decades now, on which he's been remarkably consistent, is that he's largely a non-interventionist. He's very anti-war. He's very anti-people dying, I should say. And he has always maintained that Iran should not get a nuke. This is going back to the early 2000s. We usually don't have this kind of a track record of our presidents because they became public figures once they were elected to public office. Donald Trump was a celebrity before that. So you can see where he lined up. So President Trump then on ending international conflicts and needless foreign wars.
I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created.
Okay, so if he decided to engage in more wars and international conflict, I'd say, well, that's not what I voted for, which brings us to Donald Trump now brokering a record number of peace deals in record time, also ceasefires.
But it's a big, beautiful honor to welcome everyone to the White House for this very historic peace summit between Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Top military leaders from Pakistan and India will meet later today to discuss the next steps after reaching a ceasefire this weekend. The U.S. brokered ceasefire seems to be holding for now.
The signing of a historic peace agreement between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda.
We have some major breaking news right now. President Donald Trump says Israel and Iran have agreed to a ceasefire set to start in 6 hours.
I'm pretty happy with that. I would say because that's what I voted for, and I got mostly what. Now, nothing's perfect, but let's look at the record number of peace deals or ceasefires or overall reduction in hostilities. I know because people try and sort of nickel and dime me on this. You can check the references. These come from Washington Insider. These come from the New York Times. These come from Reuters, AP, Axios, Wall Street Journal, ABC, not bastions of right-wing conservatism. So the ceasefires or the peace deals that have been brokered: Israel, Iran, India, Pakistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Thailand, Egypt, Ethiopia, Serbia, Kosovo, Congo, Rwanda, and possibly coming soon to a Jew theater near you, Israel and Gaza. Which brings us to sort of a bonus here is that, President Trump is doing Israel's bidding, is what we just heard from people like, I guess, Theo Vaughn and a few others. Here's the truth. No, he's really not. He's actually been, I would say, significantly harsher on Israel than even Democrat administrations, because what they say publicly is very different from, their rhetoric has been different from how they deal with Israel as a nation. So let's look at how Donald Trump has been dealing with Israel.
I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. It's not what we want, I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about that, Israel, either. We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Best quotes of all time.
Kids that are starving. They are starving. They got to get them food, and we're going to get them food.
We had a phone call today just to make it clear. I said to the Prime Minister of Qatar, Israel was targeting terrorists, wasn't targeting Qatar. And of course, we regretted the loss of the Qatari citizen.
I love the context of that because Donald Trump was the one who basically told him to apologize.
Yes.
He's like, call Qatar, say you're sorry.
No.
And mean it. I have to believe it, BB. This also comes from Axios. I don't know if this is true because Axios reports all kinds of crap that's not true. But allegedly, Donald Trump told Netanyahu during some recent negotiations, I don't know why you're always so fucking negative. This is a win. Take it. Take it, BB. Take the win. Stop being so fucking negative.
Learn to smile, man.
A lot. Yeah, I love it.
Can you?
Life's a party. Dig it, brother.
I don't think we ever heard anything from Barack Obama that was close to that. Like, no, the Jews are fucking worrywarts.
Well, no, he
negative Nancy's.
He did tell Netanyahu not to get so wee-weed up.
Yeah, don't get all wee-weed up.
No. Listen, and this is one of the reasons that I think it's important to have the conversations we have on like claims like Theo Vaughn made. That we are working for Israel. Listen, you can think like we do that AIPAC shouldn't be buying both sides of our politicians.
Of course.
We shouldn't do stuff that is not in the interest of the United States at the behest of Israel. But you also would have to then say, well, if we're working for Israel, then we're not acting in our own interest at all. That's just not true.
Right.
And you can point that out historically, both in some of the wars that we've gotten in, even in the Middle East and Iraq. That was not at the behest of Israel. You can go back and fact check that if you would like. They were actually against us doing that because they wanted us to go to Iran.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they were like, fine, that's good. We could do that. But it matters because then people go, what is left to be an American? We're just working for Israel. That's a real problem because you're not dealing with reality. You're kind of straw manning. Well, there is a problem, but not that.
Well, it is also odd to me when you have people saying like Israel and the way they're just awful and the violation of human rights and a genocide. And then you have so many comedians who are happy to go and perform for the Saudi Arabian government.
Yes.
Where there is now a comedy festival. It used to be like in Montreal. Oh, yeah, sorry, you had a clip.
They did remind me that they wanted to show the Ensign clip.
Yeah, so CNN just released a poll that kind of buttresses the point on whether Donald Trump is doing what he promised or not.
Okay.
Is Trump doing what he promised in the 2024 campaign? Yes, 52%. The majority of Americans say that Donald Trump is doing what he promised compared to 48% who said no. So what essentially is going on here is the voters expected all of this from Donald Trump. The majority did, and that is why his favorable rating, simply put, has not really moved all that much compared to where it was a year ago. Trump is basically doing what the American people thought that he was going to do. Indeed, if you look at the numbers, Trump has basically the steadiest favorable rating this much through a presidency of any president on record. And it's basically where he was a year ago, good enough to get him reelected.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I will say this, the people who hate Donald Trump, they hate him because he's doing exactly what he said he would do. Mm-hmm. The people who voted for him are by and large happy because, again, according to the polls, he's doing what he said he would do. It just feels kind of astroturfed. It just feels pretty fake when the only people who are claiming, I'm not getting what I voted for are people who are podcast hosts who were mostly liberal up until recently, which just happens to coincide with more clicks during this election time because Kamala Harris was like web traffic cancer.
Yeah. That's going to go down, by the way, as one of, if not the worst, one of the worst picks for a presidential candidate.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see her there at Howard University, I believe?
I didn't see the clip you just described.
Sloshed out of her mind. We'll do that in Rumble Premium. We'll go over.
She had a little Henny before the
She's
conference.
clearly drunk. Yeah.
She's staying true to herself, Steve, but the game didn't change her.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can click around and watch one of these videos on YouTube, or head on over to Rumble and subscribe, where I am live every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Live on Rumble. YouTube is dead. Rumble did it. And on Rumble, you can say